What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Mr. VP, and today what we have in our hands is the Mattel Jurassic World Dino Rivals Destroy and Devour Indominus Rex. This figure is absolutely gorgeous. You can currently get it on Amazon.com for $39.99, and I will put a link in the description box below so you can pick it up from there. It should also be showing up in Target stores very soon, so keep an eye out there. This figure is absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait to get it out of the packaging and show you just how nice it really is. But first, let's talk about the packaging. So it's got that really nice Dino Rivals black faded into red, faded into orange and yellow look. It's very nice packaging, very appealing to the eye, and great contrast to a figure that's it's much lighter. So you don't have much going on in the figure itself, but the packaging really brings it to life. So on the left side here, you've got a little indicator saying that if you press the button that's at the base of the tail down 3 times, that you will get a light effect on the neck, so it looks like it lights up red, and that you will get some sound effects. So we'll go ahead and demonstrate that real quick. So that's pretty cool. As you move forward of the body, there's another indicator as shown there. This one activates the slashing feature, although that will not actually work while it's in the packaging because there's nowhere for the arms to expand. And then the big indicator saying that this figure makes noises. Bottom right of the box, you have the 1, 2, 3. That is the slash of the arms, the roaring, and then the devouring. Really cool about this figure is that it will actually eat smaller dinosaurs and human figures. That's always a plus. I really enjoyed that feature on the older Kenner figures that are many years old at this point. It's just cool that a dinosaur can eat a human. I'm sorry, it's very, very cool. Bottom left of the packaging, you have the beautiful picture of Rexy, and then you have the Indominus Rex over there facing off. Then you have Chris Pratt there chilling for some reason. Go away, Owen, nobody likes you. Just kidding, we do like you, but we've had enough of you. That's pretty much it for the front of the packaging. So on the sides, you just get that Jurassic World logo. Very nice against that orange and red background again. Other side, you get the Dino Rivals logo. Bottom of the packaging is the barcode and the part number, and then just some boring information. And then on the back of the box, wow, that's a lot to process. So basically it lights up, you can press the button 3 times and it roars, and there's Owen, because of course he's got to be there. And then it slashes, roars, and devours. And you've got some other dinosaurs that are part of the Dino Rivals collection on the bottom left. And a collector card is included with this figure, so you'll have an Indominus Rex collector's card. That's really nice. But I don't know about you guys, but I am way too excited to get this thing open. So let's go ahead and start that right now. So unboxing should be fairly simple. There's just a couple ties here, snip it only, and then turn out the damage of the figure right there. So that's for the upper body, should be free. And then this section of the bottom of the box here is a tab you can pull. It should reveal the little foot tabs. And just twist these guys, and pull them out, like so, and then twist and pull. Okay, and then and alright guys, well here she is outside of the packaging, and not surprising here for Mattel, this is another home run. It is a beautiful figure, perfectly balanced. Paint apps are incredible. It's just such a nice figure, and we've been waiting so long for an Indominus Rex figure that doesn't look like it was designed in the dark. This thing is just beautiful. So let's talk about those action features. So there is that button on the tail, which when you press it in, it causes the neck to lower a little bit and the jaws to open wide, and also for the Indominus Rex to roar. So then as you move to the base of the neck, there's another button here which demonstrates the slashing feature. So you can definitely recreate some movie scenes with that feature. I'm not really a fan of the sound effects that they chose for that. It sounds way too synthetic. It sounds like a musical instrument, almost like a cymbal at the end there, and then it sounds like like a blaster, like a electric gun shooting off or something. So the sound effects are a little wonky on that. As far as the roaring sound effects, when you press the other button, pretty good. The only reason I'm a little disappointed is because it lacks the signature chuffing sound, and I'll try and demonstrate it for you. So the noise that you hear the Indominus Rex make, that is clearly absent from this figure. But I'm pretty sure the Hasbro one actually has that sound effect. But the sound effects themselves, they come in nice and clear. They're definitely tuned for more treble, so they're higher pitched, and they sound great. It's just like I said, I wish that they had that other sound effect. But let's talk about the paint apps, because I'm dying to tell you about how much I like them on this figure. So the Indominus Rex so the Indominus Rex is white, but it's really hard to tell in the movie what color it really is, because let's face it, most of the time it's blending in, it's camouflaging, or it's skewed by darkness or what have you. So it's very difficult to actually tell what color the Indominus Rex is. And what Mattel has chosen to go with here is this beigey, light gray, off-white almost kind of look. It's hard to describe, but I feel like they nailed it. I feel like a perfect rendition color-wise. And most of the body is that lighter color, and then you've got the top of the back here with a little bit of a darker brownish gray, and that same brownish gray color you can see a little bit more prominently in the pockets on the face here. And I'm really glad that they did that. I'm not sure if that's movie accurate, to be honest with you. I know that the Indominus Rex has those pockets, but I feel like this is it's not as prominent in the film, but I actually prefer it this way. I feel like it makes it look a lot meaner. It makes it look like more of a skeleton, like a skull. It looks really nice. The orange eyes are a very, very nice touch, and they are surrounded by like a light gray, which kind of gives it like this dull effect. The teeth are a very nice, need to go to the dentist, yellow. The toe claws are painted this bronzy, brownish, almost charcoal gray kind of color. Looks really nice in contrast to the body. I do wish that they went ahead and they used that same paint on the fingernails, but that's okay. You can always paint that later. So yeah, that's as much as it goes for the paint apps. Now, as far as articulation, because you do have so many special features built into this, you're not really going to have much. So starting at the back of the tail, it's a fixed tail. And then as you move to the legs, you can, in fact, pivot the body downwards at the legs. So you hold the base of the tail, hold the legs down, and then you tilt forward. Or as I like to call it, you get into the Hasbro position, because if any of you have the Bad Boy Indominus Rex figure from Hasbro, you know that it spends most of its time in this position or this position, because it can never actually maintain normal balance. So when you do bend the figure forward, just keep an eye on the neck. You'll notice the neck pivots down, and then when you press that button in, you can see that this is the most opportune position for snacking up a human figure or a smaller dinosaur. So it's really cool that the neck articulates down like that when you move the whole body. Very cool feature. So the legs themselves, I am afraid to move them beyond what I just did, because they make all kinds of plasticky noises, and I feel like all the mechanisms that are inside of the body that allow that special feature to happen, I don't want to break them, so I'm not going to try and move these legs too much by themselves. I mean, I guess you can. It just makes me really nervous, because you see it makes all kinds of loud unsettling clicky noises. And then as we move down to the feet, so there is an ankle joint here, so these legs will spin around. The feet are quite big, definitely a little bit bigger than they should be, but if it's to make sure that we have perfect balance, then I am totally fine with that. It really doesn't take away from the figure. And speaking of the feet, here is that Jurassic World fax app code. Moving forward to the arms here, so you do have this nice arms special feature. Again, that's going to kind of limit your articulation. However, you can still move these around, which is really cool. So you can do all kinds of wacky... Looks like he's holding up a boombox or something and jamming. So you do have that articulation at the shoulder, where you can rotate it pretty much all the way around. You do have some in and out motion, but again, it won't stay like that because of the special feature that it has. Then moving forward to the elbow, you do have articulation where you can open or close the elbow, and then also move it slightly side to side, or I guess you can move it all the way side to side. And then that's pretty much it for the arm. There's nothing further. There's nothing at the wrist or anything. And then at the neck, so this is a separate piece here. This is a hard plastic, and it's got those frills on top. These are, they definitely feel a little bit softer, but they are definitely molded into, oh no, they're not. Wow, I'm going to just keep being wrong. So these are actually a separate piece. So they are definitely a different material. They're a little bit softer. Not much softer, but they're definitely softer than this. No articulation to speak of at the neck or, you know, where the jaws meet the neck. And speaking of the jaws, so obviously with that action feature, you can open the mouth all the way, but it's not going to stay like that because, again, it is part of that spring-loaded feature. It is nice that the jaws open up very, very wide. I feel like you can fit a gyrosphere in there or recreate all those iconic movie scenes with this nice big open mouth. And a bonus feature to not using rubber in the neck here is that this will not tear like on my Hasbro figure. So unfortunately on that figure, while it was really cool that they used, like, you know, the real feel, even though they didn't call it that, but they used the rubber neck and, you know, basically a rubber head. It's already torn at all the joints from all the, you know, the wide openings. It's just that type of material, just, it can't stretch that far. So looking inside the mouth, you can see some of the guts, so to speak, of this figure. So you can see where it lights up. Pretty cool. All right, let's do some comparisons. Okay, so to start off the comparisons, here is the spring-loaded blue figure. Definitely a little small, but I cannot find my larger blue figure, so it's the only one I can show right now. Then we have the Roarivores Ankylosaurus. Okay. Next up, we'll do the various Rexy figures. So here's the Extreme Chomping. This is the smallest of the Rexys. And again, I'm really happy that this figure is much larger. I thought it was going to be this size. Here is the Thrash and Throw. And as you can see, it's actually a good bit bigger than the Thrash and Throw T-Rex as well. Okay. And then with the Bite and Fight T-Rex. Okay. And then lastly, we'll show it off with the Super Colossal T-Rex. Which it's nearly impossible to get them into the frame together. But really no size comparison there. I do hope that at some point we see an Indominus Rex this size. That would be awesome. But if this is all we get, I am very ecstatic about that. Last up for dinosaurs, I will show it with the Real Feel Mosasaurus. Oops. Okay. And now I'll show it with the various versions of the Indominus Rex that I have. Started off with the absolutely ridiculous biggest waste of money that I've ever done. This is a Universal Studios exclusive. Definitely an impulse buy. I saw it there. I thought it was actually much nicer. It looked really nice behind the counter in the glass. And I had it shipped to my home. And if you guys didn't see that video, it actually arrived broken. And Universal Studios was not very helpful trying to get that fixed. But it's just going to need a little bit of glue to fix that. But as you can see, this thing is like at least 50 times better than this. This is absolutely ridiculous. I've said it a million times, but I really feel like Mattel is going for like the museum quality. And granted, this is not a real dinosaur, it never was, but it looks damn good compared to this. This is absolutely ridiculous. Not to mention, this is an eighth the price. So yeah. Or a fourth. Yeah, I think a fourth the price. Next up we have my custom broken, recently broken because it fell off a shelf because my cat decided to knock it off. But this was my favorite Indominus Rex figure before the Mattel one came out. This is the Dino Hybrids Indominus Rex figure, and I customized it by painting the lower section of the body white to match the rest of the body. Normally it's this ugly metallic gold color, and I also swapped the arms off of the bad boy Indominus Rex and put them on there because I felt like the ones that came on it were way too small. But this figure has definitely been dethroned now as my favorite Indominus because this one is just so much nicer. Definitely get a similar vibe though. I mean, they're almost the same size. Okay. And last up, I'm sure most of you wanted to see this. This is the Hasbro Indominus Rex. Literally looks like a knockoff or a bootleg compared to the Mattel version. The only thing I like better, honestly, is the little JW logo on there. That's just a little bit of nostalgia for me, seeing as I used to have all the Jurassic Park toys when I was little, and they all said JP on them, so that's kind of cool that they incorporated that. The other thing is, and I can't display it on this model, I'll grab my other one down, but the roar that I was talking about earlier, how this one, the Mattel version, is missing that signature like chuff or you know, whatever you want to call it. But that is pretty much the only thing that I like better about this one. Again, you can see that when you open up these jaws, the rubber is already cracking in a few spots. You can't really see it on camera, but yeah, it's not even that bad on this figure. Alright, and last up I'll just show it off with my custom Hasbro balance fixed, custom painted Indominus Rex. And I'll see if I can get it to make the noise that I was talking about. There we go. So just a recap, those are the sounds that the Hasbro version makes, and then these are the sounds that the Mattel one makes. Alright guys, well that pretty much wraps it up for today's video. Just wanted to show it off lastly with the RC gyrosphere. You can see that this is pretty big, maybe a little bit too big to scale right, but still works, I feel like. Then there is also the damaged gyrosphere. This one comes in the, I think they call it the attack pack with Claire. This is a much better scale. And then lastly I have the smaller gyrosphere that comes with the RC, I mean not the RC, the gyrosphere blast vehicle. And then a nice little bonus that I didn't realize is that when you place human figures into the back of the throat there, because you can see that's where they stop, they can't go any further, but there's a little sensor or a button that gets pressed and sound effects are made. So that's pretty cool. I didn't realize that those sound effects were in there, so that's really nice. They are nasty sound effects. They're definitely the sound of things getting eaten, but that's still really awesome. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do keep an eye out for this figure. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Are you going to pick this thing up? Have you already? It was a must-have for me. I absolutely love the Indominus Rex, so I'm so glad that we got one from Mattel. This thing is absolutely beautiful. I hope that they make more. Thank you guys for watching. Please consider subscribing. It really helps me out. Like the video, click the bell, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.